Are you the type of person who feels most at peace, curled up with a good book on your favorite chair, rather than mingling at loud parties or attending busy social gatherings? If your idea of a perfect day involves quiet, freedom, and time to yourself, then you might just be one of those born to be a loner. Loners see a day without having to talk to anyone as a sweet victory. They don't crave external validation or constant companionship. Instead, they enjoy deeper relationships with themselves and maybe their loyal cat, more than with anyone else. And here's the thing, that's not a bad thing. In fact, you might possess a level of self-awareness and intelligence that surpasses those who thrive in crowds. In a world full of noise and societal expectations, choosing solitude isn't a weakness. It's a strength. You're living true to who you are, and that makes you uniquely powerful. So let's dive into the 11 signs that prove you were born to be a loner. Ready? Let's begin. Number 1, you're a very private person. If you're the type of person who keeps life's highs and lows to yourself, it's not just a sign of discretion, it's a sign you were born to be a loner. When you achieve something great or face a difficult challenge, you don't feel the need to broadcast it to the world. It's not that you don't trust others, it's that you've found value in experiencing those moments on your own. Imagine you've just completed a major project, something you spent months working on. But instead of announcing it loudly or seeking applause, you simply smile. Enjoy a quiet moment with a cup of coffee and reflect on your accomplishment. That's not isolation. It's your way of connecting with yourself and finding true meaning in what you've achieved. Stoic philosophy reminds us, true happiness lies in mastering your inner world. As a private person, you understand that joy doesn't come from external validation, but from the peace and independence you create for yourself. This allows you to move forward with focus and strength, unshaken by societal expectations or noise. If privacy feels essential to your life, it's not a weakness. On the contrary, it's a sign that you were born to be a loner. Your discretion not only demonstrates strength, but also shows that you've discovered the value of navigating the world on your own terms. And that, in itself, is a rare and admirable kind of power. 2. You like to do most things by yourself. Are you the kind of person who prefers to do most things on your own? Even as a child, you might have felt more comfortable working independently rather than being part of a group project. In class, you'd choose solo assignments because you knew you'd do better without relying on anyone else. Now, as an adult, you might find joy in spending a quiet afternoon at a cafe, working or reading, while others chatter away in groups. I once had a friend who did everything by herself. She loved exploring the city alone on weekends, from visiting museums to catching movies. One time when I asked her if watching movies solo ever felt lonely, she simply smiled and said it was the best way to enjoy a film uninterrupted. For her, it wasn't isolating, it was freeing, allowing her to embrace the moment fully without worrying about others' thoughts or expectations. Stoic philosophy reminds us, true freedom comes from not relying on others to feel fulfilled. Those born to be loners understand this deeply. They don't need company to validate their worth. Instead, they see doing things alone as an opportunity to connect with themselves, to reflect and to focus. Most people might feel awkward dining or going to the movies alone, but not you. You know there's no shame in enjoying moments independently. This doesn't just show confidence, it highlights your ability to self-manage and your profound self-awareness. You don't need a crowd to feel whole because you've found comfort within yourself. If you prefer doing most things on your own, take pride in it. It's a sign you were born to be a loner, someone who values the freedom, independence, and focus that solitude brings. And that is a rare strength in today's world. 3. You aren't glued to your smartphone. In an era where everyone seems glued to their phones, you stand out. You don't feel the need to broadcast to the world that you had an amazing bowl of pasta for lunch, or that you're enjoying a serene mountain getaway. Sharing every little detail of your life on social media just doesn't appeal to you. For you, privacy and tranquility hold far more value than likes and comments. Imagine a peaceful morning where you sit by the window, sipping coffee and quietly reading a book. While others might feel compelled to snap a photo and post it online, you simply savor the moment. It's not that you don't want to share, it's that you understand not everything needs to be shared to be meaningful. For you, focus and connection with the present matter more. Stoic philosophy teaches us true freedom comes from controlling what you allow to occupy your mind. By not being overly attached to your phone, you're embodying this perfectly. Those born to be loners understand that stepping away from screens isn't just about maintaining peace of mind. It's about focusing on what truly matters, from personal reflection to meaningful relationships. You're also not a fan of meaningless texts or empty phone calls. When necessary, you'll text or call, but it's always with a clear purpose. This doesn't make you cold. It shows that you value your time and energy. For you, social media isn't a source of meaning, but a tool you use only when it's genuinely needed. If you're not constantly checking your phone, or feel no urge to share every detail of your life, it's a sign you were born to be a loner. Your detachment from your phone demonstrates that you've found strength within yourself, in your self-control, and your ability to shape your environment. And that's a rare and powerful form of independence in today's world. 4. You're out of reach for long periods of time. Your family and friends are probably used to not being able to reach you for days or even weeks at a time. At first, they might have worried, wondering why you didn't answer calls or respond to messages. But over time, they've come to understand that it's not indifference, it's just how you operate. You don't feel pressured to stay constantly connected because for you, alone time isn't just necessary, it's something you deeply value. I once knew a friend who had a habit of disappearing every so often. Whenever she turned off her phone and became unreachable, people would start wondering if something was wrong. But in reality, she was just spending her time learning pottery, a new hobby that brought her peace and inspiration. For her, those moments weren't about avoiding people. They were about recharging and finding balance in her life. Stoic philosophy reminds us, time spent alone isn't just a rest, it's an opportunity to truly understand yourself. As someone born to be a loner, you recognize the value of personal space. You don't waste your time on unnecessary conversations or maintaining connections out of societal obligation. Instead, you use your time to learn, create, or simply relax in your own way. You don't need to feel guilty for not being constantly online for everyone. These stretches of solitude aren't selfish. They're how you maintain your mental well-being and focus on what truly matters. When you return, you bring fresh energy, new ideas, and a readiness to connect in a more meaningful way. If you're often off the grid, be proud. It's a sign that you know how to balance social connections with personal space. You're not afraid of missing out because you understand that this quiet time is your source of strength. This doesn't just make you unique, it's proof that you were truly born to be a loner. And in today's busy world, that's a rare and powerful kind of strength. 5. You prefer to work as a freelancer. If the thought of working in a team full of rules and endless meetings drains your energy, you've probably realized that you were born to work independently. Every time you think about participating in office activities like team meetings or signing birthday cards, it feels like your energy is being sucked away. The rigid structure of a 9-to-5 job just doesn't fit you. Instead, you thrive in the freedom and inspiration of working alone, where you have complete control over your schedule, creativity, and approach. I once knew a friend who tried working at a large corporation. She made an effort to fit in, but quickly realized it wasn't for her. She found that she worked more effectively without a strict schedule or unnecessary meetings. Eventually, she decided to become a freelancer, focusing on writing and art. By working independently, she not only increased her productivity, but also felt truly authentic to herself. Stoic philosophy reminds us, true freedom lies in controlling how you spend your time and energy. Those born to be loners understand this deeply. They don't need validation from co-workers or complex hierarchies to feel valued. Instead, they find fulfillment in mastering their work from concept to execution. Working alone isn't a sign of isolation. It's how you optimize your personal strengths and creativity without interruptions from external distractions. When you work as a freelancer, you're not just working for yourself. You're working in a way that aligns with your values and goals. This doesn't just make you unique, it helps you live authentically. If you feel more comfortable working independently, take pride in it. It's a sign that you were born to be a loner, someone who understands the value of freedom, focus, and creative control. And that's a rare and remarkable strength in today's world. 6. You don't like going to social events. Have you ever wondered why the idea of spending an entire night at a loud, crowded party feels exhausting even before it happens? While others are excited about attending social events, you find comfort in staying home, doing things you genuinely enjoy, like reading, writing, or simply relaxing. It's not because you hate socializing or don't value your friends, but because you value your time and prefer not to waste it on activities that don't feel meaningful. I once had a friend who declined an invitation to a big New Year's Eve party just to stay home baking cookies and watching documentaries. When I asked if she regretted it, she smiled and said, "I did something that made me happier than squeezing into a noisy crowd." For her, true meaning wasn't about attending events, but doing what genuinely fulfilled her. Stoic philosophy teaches us, time is our most valuable asset, and how you spend it reflects who you are. Those born to be loners understand this deeply. They don't feel the need to attend events just to fit in or maintain appearances. Instead, they seek meaningful conversations and connections over fleeting moments fueled by noise and alcohol. Not attending social events doesn't mean isolating yourself. It simply means you prioritize what truly matters to you. When you choose to spend your time on what you love, instead of forcing yourself into places you don't want to be, you're honoring your values and respecting your own feelings. If you often decline social invitations and choose your own path, be proud. It's a sign you were born to be a loner, someone who knows the value of time, quiet moments, and joy that comes from within. This doesn't just make you different. It shows the strength in staying true to yourself. And in a world that constantly demands conformity, that's a rare and powerful kind of strength. 7. Your headphones are your armor. Are you the kind of person who always wears headphones when you go out? Not because you're listening to music, but simply to keep the world at a distance. Your headphones aren't just a device for playing tunes, they're an invisible armor that protects your personal space. Whether you're grocery shopping, jogging, or just walking down the street, wearing headphones helps you set a quiet boundary with the world. making you feel more at ease, both physically and mentally. I remember a friend who always wore her headphones whenever she went out. One day, I asked her what she was listening to, and she laughed, saying, "Nothing at all. These just help me avoid small talk with strangers." For her, headphones weren't just a tool to escape the noise, but a way to maintain peace of mind. Stoic philosophy teaches us, you don't need to control the outside world, just your reaction to it. For you, headphones are the perfect tool to practice this philosophy. They don't make you distant. Instead, they help you carve out space to focus on what matters. It's how you create peace in a world full of interruptions and distractions. Wearing headphones doesn't make you unfriendly. It's a way to prioritize your energy and mood. You understand that not all interactions are necessary, and keeping your distance can be essential for maintaining balance. For you, headphones symbolize self-control, a tool to shield your mind from unnecessary noise. If your headphones have become your armor, take pride in that. It's a sign you were born to be a loner, someone who deeply values quiet, focus, and personal space. And in a world that never stops buzzing, it shows you have a rare strength, the ability to hold on to your inner peace. 8. You don't like sharing your bed with anyone. For many people, having someone to cuddle with at night sounds like a sweet dream. But for you, that idea quickly turns into a nightmare: snoring, stolen blankets, and invaded personal space. Sleep, for you, is not just rest. It's a sacred time to recharge and maintain your inner peace. I once heard about someone who loved working late into the night, often sitting on their bed with a laptop, brainstorming new ideas. One day, they decided to let their beloved dog share the bed, thinking it would be more comforting than sharing with another person. But after a few nights of being woken up by pawing at the door or the dog taking over their pillow, they realized even their four-legged companion couldn't claim a spot in their sanctuary. Stoic philosophy reminds us, peace comes from protecting your space and using it intentionally. Those born to be loners understand this deeply. Sleep, like alone time, is an essential part of maintaining physical and mental well-being. Keeping your bed to yourself isn't selfish. It's an optimal way to care for yourself and prepare for whatever challenges tomorrow brings. You don't feel the need to apologize for wanting your bed to be yours alone. For you, it's a space where you can fully recharge, allowing your mind and body to rest completely. You know that by prioritizing quality sleep, you're not just honoring your values, but also strengthening your ability to face life's challenges head-on. If you love the comfort of having your bed to yourself, be proud. It's a sign you were born to be a loner, someone who values freedom, quiet, and self-reliance. In a world that's always bustling and full of noise, your choice isn't just practical, it's a powerful expression of personal strength and independence. 9. Drama isn't your thing. While many people seem drawn to drama like moths to a flame, you choose to stay far away. Not only do you avoid getting involved in messy situations, but you also keep your distance from them as much as possible. Life feels much simpler when you're not caught up in pointless arguments or spreading secrets whispered from one person to another. I remember a friend who found herself in an awkward situation when two colleagues were locked in a heated argument. Both wanted her to pick a side, but instead of being dragged into a battle that wasn't hers, she calmly said, "I think I'll stay out of this." And she did. She quietly returned to her work, staying professional and focused. While others drained their energy over drama, she maintained her peace of mind and kept moving toward her goals. Stoic philosophy teaches us, we cannot control what others do, but we can control how we respond. For you, this means not letting yourself get caught up in unnecessary situations. You understand that drama doesn't just waste time, it disrupts your inner peace. Rather than engaging, you choose to step back and channel your energy into what truly matters. Staying away from drama doesn't just make your life simpler, it helps you maintain your sense of autonomy. You don't like others interfering in your life, and in return, you avoid interfering in theirs. This doesn't make you cold. It's a form of respect, both for yourself and for others. If you have no interest in being part of the drama, take pride in that. It's a sign you were born to be a loner, someone who values quiet, focus, and self-control. In a world where drama seems unavoidable, your ability to stay above it is not only rare, but also a special kind of strength. Number 10. You enjoy traveling solo. While many people see traveling with friends or family as the best way to enjoy a trip, you find something uniquely captivating about exploring the world on your own. There's a certain charm in stepping into an unfamiliar city where no one knows who you are. That freedom, that sense of mystery, it's what makes you feel at ease and completely alive. I once heard about a friend who decided to explore Kyoto by herself. No companions, no detailed itinerary, just a backpack and a map. She spent her days biking through narrow alleys, stopping at traditional tea houses, and soaking in the serenity of an ancient temple. When she returned, she didn't just have beautiful photos. She had a profound sense of accomplishment. It was a journey entirely her own, unburdened by the opinions or demands of others. Stoic philosophy teaches us, we are truly free when we live by our values and decisions. Traveling solo allows you to embody this perfectly. You don't have to compromise on plans or worry about complaints or disagreements. Every step you take and every destination you choose reflects your autonomy and your ability to take charge of your life. Traveling solo isn't about isolation. It's about experiencing life on your terms. It gives you space to reflect, to connect with yourself, and to experience everything authentically. You learn to face challenges, discover hidden strengths, and build confidence with every step you take. If you enjoy traveling solo, be proud. It's a clear sign you were born to be a loner, someone who deeply values freedom, tranquility, and the ability to embrace life without needing validation from others. In a world that often celebrates companionship, your choice to explore independently is a rare and inspiring kind of strength. Number 11. You're happiest alone. You feel most at peace and content when you're alone. Whether sitting in a familiar cafe, a quiet library, or exploring a distant land, you don't feel the need to impress or compromise with anyone. This is when you live authentically, free from the judgments or expectations of others. For you, alone time isn't isolation. It's a precious opportunity to reflect, plan, and work effectively. I recall a friend who spent his vacation hiking through the northern mountains. He didn't invite anyone to join him, carrying only a backpack, a map, and a notebook. Throughout his journey, he didn't just explore stunning trails, but also used the time to think deeply about his life goals. When he returned, he didn't share grandiose stories, but simply remarked that it was one of the most meaningful experiences he'd ever had to reconnect with himself. Stoic philosophy teaches us, happiness doesn't come from what we show the world, but from the peace we cultivate within. Those born to be loners understand this well. They don't live to please others or chase societal expectations. Instead, they focus on what truly brings joy and value to their lives. Alone time is when they recharge, reorganize their thoughts, and work toward their goals. Enjoying your own company isn't a sign of isolation. It's a reflection of self-control and a profound understanding of yourself. By prioritizing inner peace, you live true to your values and choices. You don't need external validation to feel complete, because your confidence in being authentic is its own source of strength. If you're happiest when you're alone, take pride in that. It's a sign you were born to be a loner, someone who finds joy and value within themselves. In a world that's always noisy and full of expectations, your ability to live peacefully and contentedly on your own is a rare and inspiring kind of strength. What about you? Do you see yourself in this list? Could you be a born loner? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might relate. Your support helps us keep creating more content like this. And hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest videos. There's plenty more where this came from, so be sure to check out our other uploads. Thanks for watching, and remember, being a loner is a strength, not a flaw. See you in the next one. If you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell.